Let me ask you something. How does a teacher earning 6,000 shillings a month become a billionaire? Not over 50 years, not through inheritance, but in less than 3 decades. And while we are watching this video, I'm going to show you every asset, every business, every piece of land, and every source of wealth that William Samoei Ruto has accumulated. And by the end, you will tell me if the math adds up. Because here's the thing, this isn't even about politics. This isn't even about picking a side. This is about numbers. And when you line them up against his official salary history, something just doesn't make sense. So let's start at the very beginning. In 1990, William Ruto is a young teacher at Kamagut Secondary School in Uasin Gishu. His salary, approximately 6,000 Kenya shillings a month. That's roughly 72,000 shillings an year. At that time, that was decent money for a teacher. But let's be real, you're not buying helicopters on teacher's salary. So he teaches for a few years, then gets into politics. In 1997, he becomes the director of the YK92 campaign for Daniel Moi re-election. This is where things start to get interesting. He's not an MP yet, he's not even in government officially, but he's deep in the political machine. And in Kenya, being close to power, that's where real money starts to flow. In 1998, Ruto is politically connected enough to start acquiring land, lots of it. And this is where we need to pay attention, because land is where Kenyan politicians hide their wealth. It's harder to trace than cash. It appreciates over time, and in the 90s and the early 2000s, land was very cheap, especially if you knew the right people. Let's talk about what we know Ruto owns, because this is where it gets wild. First, the Weston Hotel. That massive hotel sitting on land that was supposed to be on a public school in Parklands, Nairobi. The Kenya Civil Aviation Authority claims that land was grabbed. There was court cases, protests, but the hotel still stands, and it's valued over 1 billion shilling. Ruto denied ownership publicly, but the hotel is registered under Weston Hotel Limited, and multiple reports link it directly to him. So let's call it what it is, a billion shilling asset. Then there is his home in Karen. Not just any home. We are talking about a mansion on several acres of land in one of Nairobi's most expensive neighborhood. Current estimates at least 300 million shilling, maybe even more. Karen land doesn't come cheap, and that house, it's not a modest family home because it's an estate. Then you move to Uasin Gishu. Ruto owns a 1,000-acre ranch in Eldoret. 1,000 acres, for context, that is bigger than most small towns, and the value, it's easily 500 million plus. And that's even been very conservative. Some reports say it's over $1 billion depending on development and location. Then there is his farm in Sugoi, another large property, multiple hectares. He also owns a hotel in Eldoret, the Dolphin Hotel. It has been in operation for years. A commercial property in Eldoret town center, and you are looking at about 200 million shillings minimum. And we haven't even talked about the helicopters. Yes, I said helicopters. Ruto is famous for his chopper campaigns. During the 2022 elections, he was flying everywhere. Owning a helicopter in Kenya, that's at least 200 to 300 million shillings per unit depending on the model. Even if he leases them, the cost is astronomical, but multiple reports suggest he owns at least one, possibly two. Then there are his vehicles. You've seen every single Ruto's convoy, and you know what I'm talking about. Land Cruisers, V8s, Prados, top of the line. Each one costs anywhere from 10 to 20 million shillings, and he has several. Let's be conservative and say his vehicle fleet is worth 100 million shillings. Let's add all of this up so far. Weston Hotel, 1 billion. Karen Home, 300 million. Eldoret Ranch, 500 million. Sugoi Farm, 300 million. The Dolphin Hotel in Eldoret, 200 million. Helicopters, 300 million. Vehicles, 100 million, and that is roughly 2.7 billion shillings, and we are not even done yet. Now here's the question, where did it come from? We have to go back to his official salary history. After teaching, Ruto becomes an MP in 1997 for Eldoret North. MP salary back then, around 200,000 shillings a month with allowances. By early 2000, it goes up to around 500 to 800,000 a month with all benefits included. He's a cabinet minister under Moi and later then under Kibaki. Cabinet ministers were earning around 1 to 1.5 million shillings a month, all inclusive. When he becomes deputy president in 2013, his official salary is around 1.2 million shillings per month, plus allowances, housing security, transport. But let's be generous and say that he was taking home around 2 million shillings a month, a total during his time as DP. That's 24 million shillings an year. He was deputy president for 10 years, that's 240 million shillings, a total over a decade. Add his MP and ministerial salaries over the previous 15 years, let's say generously around 150 million shillings. So from official government salary, William Ruto has earned roughly 400 million in his entire political career. 400 million. But his net worth is 4 to 6 billion. That's a gap of 3.6 to 5.6 billion. That's assuming he spent nothing. No food, no school fees, no living expenses, just saved every single shilling. So where did the other billions come from? Ruto will tell you he's a businessman, that he invested smartly, that he worked hard. Maybe that's part of it, but let's be real. In Kenya, political power and wealth are inseparable. You get access, you get contracts, you get land, you get insider deals. There are allegations, lots of them, about land grabbing, irregular tenders, sweetheart deals, and some have been proven, some haven't yet. But the pattern is there. Politicians don't just get rich from salaries. They get rich from the system. Now, somebody will listen to this video and say, so what? He's successful, he's smart, he worked hard. And maybe that's true. But here's the question Kenyans should be asking. If his wealth comes from legitimate businesses, why is it so hard to trace? Why are so many of his assets registered under shell companies? Then why do so many of his properties have disputed ownership histories? Listen, I'm not saying he stole everything. I'm not saying every shilling is dirty. But what I'm saying is that the math doesn't add up. You cannot go from teacher salary to multi-billion shilling net worth on government pay alone. It's impossible. The numbers don't work. There is nothing wrong with being rich, but there is something wrong with getting rich off public service while the public stays poor. So here's what I want you to take away from this. I calculated Ruto's net worth, I tracked his salary from when he started, I listed his assets, and the gap, it's billions of shillings wide. Maybe he can explain it. Maybe there is a business empire I do not know. Maybe his investments were just that good. But until somebody shows me the receipt, I'm going to keep asking the question because the numbers don't add up. And if they don't add up for the president of Kenya, what does that say about the system? 6 billion shillings from 400 million in official salary. You do the math. And by the way, if this video made you question everything, we are just getting started. Hit subscribe because next week we are exposing someone even bigger. Drop a comment and tell me who you want investigated next. I read every single one of your comments. Let's keep digging.